Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sorful here, and I just want to quickly, inform you guys of this whole hyperstat system and kind of how it works. All right, so first things first, let's go back to where our old hyperstats were. Okay, so as you can see now, there's only the passive and active skills, and I had a lot of people initially asking me, where do you find it? But it's really not hard to find. It's where you would expect it to be, honestly. So now you only have the passive and active skills. All right, so what you're gonna want to do instead is go to your stat tab, right? And you're gonna click this little icon here. It's called hyperstat. It does extend it, which is why I moved my stat window a little bit over so that this could fit neatly. All right, and so as you can see, there's a whole list of things to invest your points in. You get points per level. I'll have how many points you get per level in the description below, so you guys can, know how exactly to accumulate these points. But just want to quickly go over all the descriptions. As you can see, they're all normal. For example, let's go to strength. Increases strength. Simple enough. It's normal. The only one that has a fault in the description is this one. And I pointed out because as you can see, that description is very misleading, confusing, and it's just a big error, right? So it says of party members. So once I seen this, a friend of mine actually pointed it out. It made us skeptical of whether or not this was for party members or not, right? So I'm here to clarify that this is just an error text. It actually does boost your damage range, so it has nothing to do with party members. This is all for yourself. So don't worry about that. This is damage for your own character. And another thing to quickly note with this, guys, total damage, the total damage name, like we all know total damage, right? The potential has been changed to just damage. Okay, so damage is now total damage. There's no such thing as total damage anymore, and instead they rebranded it as damage. Because as you can see in my bonus pot there, it says damage plus 12%. That used to be total damage. Okay, so yeah, damage is total damage, and so I'm assuming that this is total damage as well because it's just called damage. So this is total damage, not percent attack. So I thought it would be percent attack, but that's not the case. 30% attack would be pretty broken. So yeah, 30% damage is still pretty nice. Again, if you guys don't know what total damage exactly is, I'll go ahead and link a video in the description as well. It'll pop up right now on this video, top right corner. You could go ahead and click that video to see what all the stats exactly do, what they mean, and how they affect your character. But enough of that stuff. So I'm going to show you guys and inform you guys of a couple things. So first things first, whether you put 1 point into something or you invested all your points away, it costs 10 million mesos to reset them no matter what. Okay, so even though I have points left, it's still going to cost 10 mesos, and so I'm going to reset it for you guys. Alright, so at level 213 you're going to have 460 points. You guys could just use that as a quick little guide. So I'll show you guys, for example, I'll invest 1 into damage. Alright, and if I click reset, it costs 10 mil still. Okay, so no matter what, it's going to cost you 10 mil to reset it. You can reset it infinite times to reconfigure it how the hell you want. Because your stats might change, right? You might get a ton of boss on your weapon, so you don't need that boss damage anymore. So what you're gonna do is reset it and invest those points into something else. So I had 460 points to begin with, right? Let's go ahead and max out. You could also see the max level if you hover over these. So let's go ahead and max out damage because this one is super important, one of the best hyperstats. And you're gonna see how much points it costs up here. Okay, so it's gonna cost 2 points now. Where is it? You could just click enter, so it's going to cost 4 points now, 8 points, and it goes up like that. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Alright, so it costs in total 150 points to max out a 10-point hyperstat. There's also the ones that are only 5 levels, so we'll go ahead and see how much those cost. I believe it's around 25 points in total, but let's go ahead and make sure. Okay, so we were at 310. Let's just go ahead and max it out. 310 to 285, so that's 15. Yep, 25 points to max out the 5 skill points. So again, that'll be in the description as well. I'll always have a lot of information for videos like this in the description, so make sure you always check them out. But this is what I'm going to be putting it into for my Wild Hunter. When it comes to critical, you more than likely wanting to put it in minimum crit just because it's so much more valuable, right? A lot of classes have much higher maximum crit anyway, but if your class does have a very high minimum critical rate, like Night Lords, I know Night Lords have a very high minimum critical rate, then you can go ahead and put it into that maximum, or bump up your minimum so that it matches your maximum, right? So that your crits are always doing the same amount of high damage. But if you want, you could put it into maximum as well. So I'm going to be putting it into minimum because it's much more valuable for my character. So let's go ahead and do that. So we got that one maxed out. It gave us 10%, and you can see it moving up here as well. The last thing I'm going to put my points into is abnormal status resistance, because I really value this this stat. And there, I ran out of points. So in about 2 levels or so, I'll be able to finally max it out, because I need 35 points to get that last level, and I think that's about 2 levels worth of points. So again, if you want, you can put it into your main stat. This will give your character a nice boost. I don't necessarily need the damage boost so much as I would rather the abnormal status resistance. I know it's only 57%. It's like 72 when buffed. Once Cygnus Knights are able to put their link skill on a Cygnus Knight, another Cygnus Knight, that should bump up to a nice 85 or higher. And so I'm gonna try and work on getting, you know, 100% or at least close to 100% status resist. So yeah, that's gonna be my hyper stat point layout. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask me. Again, a video will be in the description on what these stats do for your characters. Is part of my How to Fun 101 series, which I have not forgot about, so don't worry about that, guys. But yeah, this is hyper stats. Really cool feature. They replaced the old hyper skill stats that we had before, and these ones, as you can tell, are much better. The more you level up, the more points you get. And so yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. And I hope you guys found this video informative. Thank you all for watching this sorrowful production. If you enjoyed the video, then why not show it? Hit that like button and subscribe for more sorrowful goodness. Peace.